was a genocidal regime in the Middle East. Israel has passed the Rubicon 15 different times, and they are just the Nazis of the modern age at this point. It's kind of hard to ignore. There's stuff I haven't covered because it's kind of like I'm sick of talking about it, and there's other people that are more focused on it, so they talk about it, and I just listen. And I kind of just get back into it when it's stuff that kind of comes into my wheelhouse, which I think is completely fine. I don't think people have to be talking about stuff specifically all the time, just have to not be drawing attention away from it. There is a difference. It can be subtle. If you're confused, let me know. I'll explain it. But Israel has fucking gone crazy. I mean, obviously it already was, but like the people even around it at this point are just, it's clearly Nazis. But obviously they're not Nazis because they're Jewish. It's impossible. But they are the Nazis of our era. They are doing an actual genocide. They're getting away with it. The thing from last week was Bibi Netanyahu gave bald pate, what's his name? I can't fucking remember. That dildo from fucking Pennsylvania. I should have never stuck up for him. The stroke survivor that looks like a caveman. He gave him a silver-plated beeper of the type that were used in the terror attack that fucking blew people up throughout the entirety of the Middle East around fucking Israel, basically. Like I think explosions went off in like 4 different territories. Israel is doing genocide so blatantly and is paying to do it and paying people off so egregiously that I think we've actually hit a point where it beggars belief and people don't want to hear about it because we're the bad guys. We're on Nazi Germany's side in this one in a different way. And then the response is always just somebody being a piss baby about their grandfather, great grandfather, or whatever. And it's like, dude, the Rwanda, the Hutus killed the Tutsis, and then immediately the fucking Hutus got exiled, and then they were genocided in return in a famine, in an intentional famine. Like we can all be the bad guys. Human beings did the Holocaust. As much as we fucking hate them, and we should, human beings did it. And if you're a human being, you're capable of holocausting people too. We're gonna see the extermination of the Palestinian people before the end of this decade. It's done. Like, I don't see a comeback from this. I do not see a free Palestine. That is they're being slaughtered gleefully by sociopaths who are very clearly doing it for monetary remuneration because of just they're racists and a series of other reasons that do not validate their desire to do it. It's insane. Like, it's actually fucking crazy. It's just a genocide. Like, just raw. I mean, I've been saying that for like well over a year, I think. I can't remember. I mean, maybe at the very, very, very fucking beginning, I was like, maybe, I don't know. And now I'm just like, no, it's a fucking genocide. It's such a genocide that the only people that you can find to support it are the stupidest human beings and the most like egregiously amoral ones possible. I mean, if you really think about it, like Lonerbox is one of the largest proponents I've heard of the fucking Israeli genocide, who is like done everything in his power to whitewash for it. And he's a fucking sweeper for a sex criminal. He didn't give a shit about it until it affected him in a way that he couldn't ignore anymore. And then he treated it as a loss of business opportunity and not some sort of great moral quandary. Like, he didn't come out and like, this guy's got to be destroyed. I've seen the text between him and Destiny that's been released since. It's just like, yeah, I think I'm going to be stepping away for a bit. And not like, hey, man, you should probably kill yourself for what you did, which is the right thing to do, Destiny. You should probably kill yourself for what you did. It sucks that you're, like, not doing that. Get on it. I got to stand on that one. I'm sorry. I know you're not supposed to. I know. You're not supposed to say that to people. But, like, that's how fucking pissed off I am. I know I'm breaking that rule. Lonerbox is a piece of shit. Destiny is the bigger version of Lonerbox, a sex criminal, like a literal sex criminal, like whose entire history online is fraught with like pedophile allegations and stuff, and who people that are directly around him have fought to keep him around, and he's still one of the biggest pro-Israel voices out there. He's a pro-genocide sex criminal. Isn't that crazy? Like, isn't that a nuts thing to be? He's just a little Goebbels. We already had these. We already had these in Nazi Germany. People, they're like, no, if you don't understand this, I'm not very left. You know when you hear that about like a Nazi war criminal, they're like, they weren't as extreme as people, as history paints them. And then you hear them, they have like some lib takes. That's what fucking Destiny is. He's like a little Goebbels. Like just one of those leftover, he's a Holocaust architect and apologist. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's for genocide. He's a pro-genocide, pro-murder, sex criminal, probably pedophile. I wouldn't really be surprised if the reason that he got so involved in this shit is because he either got some blackmail material against him. How would that have happened? Or like a mix of the two and is getting bribed too. But he is a fucking pedophile, for sure sex criminal, Holocaust enthusiast. Isn't that nuts that we have those? All the people who are like, I would go back in time and kill baby Hitler. I would do it. Not a lot of people have the balls to say that they would kill a baby to prevent the Holocaust. I would do it. Would you just kill a guy that's around? Absolutely not. Are you an insane person? He has the right to say whatever comes to his mind. I think that the free speech is probably the most important thing that we have here is the freedom of speech. The freedom to say what you think and what you feel. So you wouldn't kill a baby Hitler. No, I would kill a baby. They can't talk. The little baby Hitler, he would be there, where? But like Hitler, his little pacifier would have a small blue mustache on it. And he would say to me, nothing, because he's a baby, and I would strangle him in his crib. It's a pro-Israel thing, I guess, the whole way. Oh, I love killing a baby. I love pretending babies are Hitler. I kill the babies all the time. How about adults that do Hitler shit? No, that's their right. You've got to prove it to me. I don't think that it's actually happening. Fetterman, yeah, Fetterman. So, yeah, these people are just pro-genocide. They sweep for sex crimes. And a lot of people always said, like, I think I would call that out. And I would say, this is happening when I saw it. And I would prevent it. I would engage in violence to stop it. And it's these same sort of people that are actually just using their own inaction and their belief that they would take it to ignore the fact that it's just, it's literally happening. It's just fucking occurring. We're going to see a successful state-sponsored, fully live-streamed genocide. It kind of takes it into, like, perspective. You're like, I don't know. I think that every single person that was in Nazi Germany, they're all guilty for it. It's like, I don't know. Maybe they're not, because I've seen you guys and you don't do shit. You know, maybe they were just like, fuck, eggs are expensive. I guess genocide. Why not? Fucking. It's really like depressing when it comes down to it. And it's just so blatant and it's so over the top. And the people, like, you know, we just keep hitting a series of like catches on the way where the next thing, like Loaderbox's career is going to fucking end with him basically just talking about like how the continued Mossad extermination of people with Palestinian bloodlines through the Middle East is based. And they'll say that they won't do that, but that's the same shit they said fucking like 6 feet higher up. Okay, yeah, a slippery slope. But literally, it's just, you're arguing this thing, and there's no indication you're ever going to stop arguing for the next worst thing, because you're a bottom for genocide people. Like, I don't know if they just pay for you to exist. And I don't know how you don't engage in some, like, variety of self-harm. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would do it. Like, this is fucking insane. It's not even just like, oh, you were served in the military. Like, it wasn't like this. What people have accused America of, if all of it was true, doesn't come remotely. It pales in comparison to what Israel does on a day-to-day basis to these people for, like, yeah, the last several decades. But I mean, especially for like the last few years, they blow up hospitals raw just cause they blow up hospitals like nuts. They, like, understand, if the casualty estimates are accurate, Palestine apparently had one of the largest standing militaries in the Middle East. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're like, oh, well, those people were all terrorists. So, like, we're getting, like, what, 200? They had a 250,000 person strong military? Well, yeah, that justifies the bombing, of course. Like, they should have beaten you. You guys suck at this. You're fucking ass. You're trash at fighting. You're Israelis. You fucking can't kill anything other than unarmed people. How the fuck would you have beaten an actual fucking military? It's crazy. We're in a 7-day war. Like, calm down, kid. It's trash can people. They're trash can people. Fuck Israel. Fuck the people that live there. Fuck them. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. I don't like them. How about that? Fuck y'all. That's anti-Semitic. Okay, fine then. You're done with that one. Yeah, that shit worked at up till I'll give you to the 25,000th dead kid casualty or whatever, and me having to hear your fucking fart breath goddamn prime minister come cry to my country for more bullets to kill kids. Now I don't give a shit. Call me anti-Semitic. It means nothing. I don't know. At a certain point, it's gonna be a fucking like the more reasonable thing to do. You know, if I say like, oh, you're fucking anti-German, like right now, people are like, that's kind of crazy. But if I say like, what's with all this anti-German sentiment right around like 1944? People are like, yeah, I kind of get the vibe. That's on y'all. Y'all are fucking acting that way. Like I'm not allowed to perceive your failures as members of the human species, and then just say like y'all fucking suck. And yeah, it's the thing that binds you together. Is the most noticeable thing. Oh no, don't do that. That's anti-Semitic. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's on y'all's fucking having an ethno state. And it's fucking crazy at this point. Like I just don't even give a shit. Y'all fucking ruined that for me. Is nuts. That's a crazy thing to flip me on. Like what the fuck? I don't even give a shit anymore. Okay, whatever, bro. You're on your own, by the way. I'm not gonna fucking put my hand down of shit. I don't give a fuck. We get somebody else in here. We elect Bad Empanada, fucking North American version of Bad Empanada. He's like, yeah, we're pulling all fucking support for Israel and they're on their own. I'm not gonna fucking say a thing for y'all. Y'all can fucking get smoked as far as I'm concerned. The way that y'all talk about, treat people, get fucking dunked on. Disgusting. A disgusting nation of disgusting people. What a profanity of a fucking nation. What a fucking incidence. Like, yes, political action in America should be to permanently eliminate diplomatic ties with Israel. I don't even want to fuck supporting the war machine. I want to leave you guys defend for your own devices and hopefully fail and to not exist anymore because you don't deserve it. For the same reason Nazi Germany doesn't deserve to exist, and Slobodan Milosevic's place doesn't deserve to exist, and Vladimir Putin's Russia doesn't deserve to exist. I don't care what happens to you. I don't. Wait, would you care? No. Y'all say that you want to go in that other direction. I don't see why it's not fair for them to come back at you. I'm really quite sick of them. I'm quite vexed by the continuing Israel problem. They're so fucking awful. They're awful people. Just the shittiest, the worst. I hate your diplomats. I don't care about whoever lives in your country. I don't give a fuck to know them. I hate your diplomats. I hate the Americans that live here that are like half in, half out of your country. They suck too. All the people that stump for it are fucking ass. I don't know who the good Israelis are. Like that are like, oh, okay, well, you're fucking cool. And I don't think that if they're around, they'd be like, no, you should feel differently. Right now, all I see is the Hasids are like, no, we're not fucking fighting for this war. It goes against all of our principles, and we don't care if you kill us, because that's probably on the line. So whatever the fuck it is that actually is Israel, I don't know if it's actually like Jewish or if it's just the natural evil that lives in the hearts of men made flesh. I not only absolve or disavow all possible potential future support. I don't care until the day I die about the continued existence of your nation. And if I can do anything in my power at all to fuck you over, I will. I really want to hammer that home. Like, I want to cut aid to Israel. I want to cut diplomatic ties. I want to remove the embassy from there. I want to pull our diplomats and our fucking. I want it to go dark. I will turn the phone line off. I'm going to delete you from the contact list. You know, I want a divorce. I want a divorce. You can keep the kids. I want to eliminate dual citizenship and the valuation of dual citizenship and immigration with your country. I don't want any Israelis immigrating to America because you're creepy. I don't know how much of the clothing you'll bring with you is stained with the blood of Palestinian children. I don't know if the address on your passport is going to be a stolen Palestinian home. Probably. Like, I can't tolerate them and their existence anymore. They're so fucking awful. They're just the worst people. I feel like I want people to say that and agree with it and say it more, because really I don't think it's hammering home enough like how disgusting y'all are. I really don't think you get it. And I think that people are hiding behind this like idea of like, oh shit, you're an anti-Semite, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, fine. You know what? Just call me that. Let's just devalue the term so that it means nothing in 5 years, and then we can see what happens after that. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck at this point? What is the other way? I don't know what to tell you. There were actually hospitals. It's yeah. Hospitals, schools, and refugee camps, to name a few. They've hit everything. They've hit everything. If it can be hit, they've hit it. There is no target. We don't even, you know, have you noticed we don't even talk about mosques anymore? I've heard that there's people of the Muslim faith in and around Palestine. There's Christians. I haven't heard of mosques or churches being hit because I think we ran out of those years ago. That would have been the whole thing. When I was in hospital, I don't even know. Maybe before I literally got to Iraq, we bombed a hospital. I know I remember us bombing like schools or something, and then we stopped that early in the war because we were like, oh, fuck, can't do Israeli shit here. We actually have to try to go to heaven when we die. The level of fucking like, dude, no one's doing that anymore. But like when I was in mosques, were like, you better be fucking sure. Dad, if you shoot a bullet at a mosque, if you shoot a bullet in the vicinity of one, you better be goddamn sure. Because first off, there's fucking people praying in the goddamn things half the time. You don't want to hit one of them on accident. And like, you'll look like a fucking asshole if you shoot up their religious building. And I didn't even hear about that. Much as a fucking hospital. A hospital, blowing up their hospitals? How many of them? All of them. Like we blew up their John Hopkins, like their cancer center. Like, they don't have a fucking cancer center anymore? And, like, every time someone's like, no, they still have all this stuff. And, like, dude, I can only see so many things that look like a fucking, some sort of, like, beachhead scene from Death Stranding 2. Photos of these places before I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's gone. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. You're stupid. You're stupid people. And all the people that are the biggest supporters of you in my country are actual Nazis, literal, real Days Vault Nazis that want to fucking ethnically cleanse the Middle East to take back the Holy Land. Actual pedophiles, convicted and otherwise, actual sex criminals, literal traitors to my country, and people that are for sale and like have brain damage. It's no normal people. Like at best, like maybe here and there, like yeah, like they don't get it. Or like, you know, they consider it part of this like MAGA thing. But when we get to like you actually see who's arguing for and against, the fours are fucking disgusting wrinkle fuck millionaires who've never worked a day in their life or just actually legitimately have been on the fucking Jewish payroll fucking forever, the fucking Israeli payroll. Schumer said his whole job in the Senate is to make sure that the left stays pro-Israel. Like that was like a week ago. That's why he went with the fucking Republicans, because their spending bill made sure money goes to Israel. And it's like, what is it? Are you saying there's a Jewish plot? I'm like, no, there's a plot. I don't know how fucking actually Jewish it is, because the people that seem to practice it don't like any of you motherfuckers. It seems like you just figured out that you can get away with plots if you start stamping a fucking a Star of David on it after the fact. Like, oh shit, hey, no, it's a plot. But like, watch this, Hank. Now you can't talk about it. Like, what the fuck is this? It's all Christians doing it on my end. It's all a bunch of like the worst kind, the waspiest, most cross-burningest Christians. And it's fucking disgraceful. It really just is. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather be hated. I really would rather be hated. I prefer to be hated. I prefer to be misunderstood by people whose misunderstandings lead them to support Israel. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care for your pity parties. I don't give a fuck about the 1940s anymore. I live in 2025. It's not even the 19s anymore. I don't fucking care. I just don't care. I don't care about all of those. I don't fucking care. I care about the people that are dying right now. You don't get to fucking take a penny, give a penny, take a penny with a genocide. I don't understand what the fuck these people are about. It's insanity to me. It like literally like I'm beside my mind. Currently number 5 happiest country in the world. Gaza has been leveled, period. I don't even have a period. It's just like, it's just fucking gone. It's always gone. You know what I mean? It's so bizarre. It's so weird to hear people like Destiny, who's a literal sex criminal, a person that should not, like, who has done things that no one should, if they can feel normal amounts of guilt, survive by their own hand doing. Like, I was watching the Noah Samson video today, and it's Destiny hasn't ever done anything that crazy in his life. Like, he worked for a fucking carpet company, and then he spent every time after that getting good at video games and like hitting on children, right? I don't know why he's talking about military tactics. Like, I heard him, the thing that pissed me off, obviously he was dehumanizing. He was talking about a woman running where her dead husband was and crying, and he's like, oh, this is Pallywood. This is how you fake the emotional. And this is like, oh, that's an emotional argument. This sounds like an emotional argument. Like, bro, emotional arguments usually lead to, like, first off, being emotional about an argument means that, like, maybe you fucking believe in it. I don't know what to say. So if you believe in it at all, whatever. I think an emotional argument's based, actually. I think people should have emotions. It's kind of like weird that you're emotionless about the genocide. It's actually a strange thing to say. It definitely doesn't make you cool. But then also just like, you know, like, oh yeah, she's trying to play it up and stuff. Like, I think maybe just somebody dying like that makes people freak the fuck out. Have you never seen people die? I mean, I have. Dudes would blow themselves up in Iraq, and people that didn't know them would go like cry about it because they were just sad that a guy died. Yeah, he wasn't on my side, but I get it. You ever seen a dead guy? You ever seen a dude get ripped in half by a bomb? He's a dude, but he's ripped in half. Like a guy. Like, you see a guy on the street, draw a line on it with your brain, and then remove something on one side of that line. That's what ripped in half looks like. All the shit comes out of them. They're all fucking like in the dust and stuff. And then you're like, oh, look, that guy's fucking dying. I said that shit to fucking Loner Box. It like hurt his little feelings. I don't think you should say stuff like that. Oh, no. Yeah. I like confronting people with the reality of war when they talk about it because it fucks them up. Describe what it looks like to have a guy's fucking eye rolling around in his head when part of his fucking skull's blown off. You know what I mean? He got that little fucking bugging around and shit. His brain's dead. It's just the fucking like muscles going. You know? Did you know like blood will shoot out of your fucking brain if it gets popped open? Isn't that like crazy to hear about? It's like fucked up. And then these guys, I don't know if it seems real or not. Like, bro, you gotta. I mean, you went to Israel. You could have probably asked, like, hey, can we go over to the side of the road and you guys can shoot a kid for me, like, in front of me so I can see what it looks like? They probably would have obliged you. You should at least see what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like, hey, can you bring that child a little bit closer? I want to see the 5.56 exit the back of their skull. It's kind of crazy. I didn't know that bones could be green. Yeah, sometimes they're green depending on medications you take. Oh, that's neat. You know? You could have an anatomy lesson, like, right there. I find them disreputable and disgusting. The people that are all the people that are in my sphere of the internet that are pro-Israel or like a moderating voice about the Israeli conversation seem to be fucking awful. You know what I mean? And they make the stupidest fucking arguments. The things don't actually track. And they say the dumbest shit after it. It's fucking bizarre. They're creepy people. And I don't know if it's just like a series of like blackmail things. I don't know if they just like genocide or if they're just so fucking cucked that they don't want to go against the grain because they just have bitch in them. Like they were just born, like their dad's cum was like the weakest fucking load that could get like popped out of there. Like they're missing some part of like the chromosomal inheritance of man. Like we just don't peel off enough human beings anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, you're not supposed to exist. Like once upon a time, a guy like me would have cleaved your fucking entire bloodline in half with a fucking axe for shits and giggles so I could have all your corn. And then that didn't happen, but you're actually not supposed to be here. You were supposed to grow the corn and then die without reproducing. We don't need you. But then you're here. And then you shit out 6 kids and they shit out 6 kids. And now it's like, fuck, we got all kinds of extra voters and shit. But you guys are supposed to like die. You're not useful. You're like slave-brained peasants. Like you just want to worship some sort of a king or something. And then like in lieu of that, you suck the dick of a guy like Destiny, who somehow not inbred, but comes out looking inbred. Like he develops the Habsburg jaw while he speaks. It's fucking insane to me. I don't know. And I think like the pretense of civility and the resistance to like violent impulse is not worth it to live with a lot of these guys. Like, you know, like what do we get from it? You know what I mean? Like if you're not going to follow any of the rules of propriety and you're going to make up your own rules, why not we have just like do the whole thing? Otherwise it just feels like you guys are like half following the law just enough to get away with doing stupid shit. And then what the fuck do I get out of it? What the fuck does everybody else get out of it? Very dumb. All this leads into you can't even win an Oscar these days without Israel fucking black bagging you and then beating the shit out of you randomly and absconding with you. This is an Oscar-winning Palestinian director. Was attacked by Israeli settlers and detained by the army. This guy's alive now, we have found out. These guys fucking wreck these dudes every time. Israeli settlers beat up one of the Palestinian co-directors of the Oscar-winning documentary film No Other Land on Monday in the occupied West Bank before he was detained by the Israeli military and later released, according to two of his fellow directors and other witnesses. I guess this maybe is the guy. I'm not sure. So yeah, there's this dude. What the hell is with these fucking scrolls? I think it was this guy was wrapped up. But we'll see. But yeah, they're just out here. And he got boogered, dude. Just got the shit kicked out of him, threatened. It's Gestapo. They got like little secret police. Remember? You see all these movies, this is what they used to do to Jewish folks in like Poland. Right? They got a little ghetto for y'all out there, the rest of the Palestinians, the fucking like 20% of y'all that are left or whatever. And then sometimes you speak up too much and they go into the ghetto with the fucking Gestapo and they wrap you up, fucking beat the shit out of you, send you back. Sometimes they just fucking shoot you. They're just doing it a little bit slower, you know, a little less obvious. There's nobody hiding in pianos this time. But they just like, it's crazy to say like, it's not like you're better than the Nazis. You're like, in a way that you're morally superior to them. You're better than the Nazis in that you just figured out how they did a genocide and then took lessons from it and improved on it, you know? Shout out Israel for saving money on genocide by not buying any trains to do it and just keeping everyone where they are. Just like, oh, fuck, what we'll do is just like literally let them stay in the ghetto and then matriculate them deeper into the ghetto and then just don't even bother with the concentration camps or the death camps or the work camps. We'll just raise it to the ground again and again and again. And then when they leave, we'll kill them on the way out so they don't come back. And then if we find out that they're like replicating and having kids outside of the country, we'll just bomb that too. Nuts. Crazy maneuver. Going sicko mode. Fucking, you know, Goebbels would be impressed. Fucking, wow, that's really neat that you did that. You know, Himmler's over here like, huh. Yeah, I guess we did try to do too much genocide too fucking quickly. The perpetrators are recording the genocide on purpose in front of God and everybody. Yeah, they're bragging about it. Bonerlocks made 1,000 videos about Hassan and then cried harassment when Hassan amplified loners' genocidal activities. Dude, it should not be lost on anybody that harassment of Lonerbox is effective. You can actually hurt his feelings, and that's a good thing. If you're a small creator and you want to make a fucking career, you should make 24/7 like mean videos on Lonerbox. You should. He's a fucking public figure. There's literally no reason not to. It's based. And you can hurt his feelings. And if it gets bigger and it comes down at him, it like crushes him. And that's a good thing. He deserves to feel pain. Like Loner, if you're watching this, you deserve to feel pain. All the loneliness and like isolation and like the heartbreak that you feel sometimes, you ever feel like washed up and shit. The cheapness of the even small victories that you gain, the disgust you maybe sometimes feel with your audience, you deserve all of it and worse. And there's only one way out, and you know what it is, and you're not man enough to do it. And that's what it is. If you ever have children, they're gonna be as shitty and weak as you. Like your fucking entire line is just gonna be a bunch of fucking cock-jawed rape apologists and genocide babies. Like you're just a fucking little freak, dude. You should not want to live the life that you live and that you do, and you have no sense or wherewithal or the courage to put a fucking a quick period on the end of it is one of the biggest marks against you. You should clock out. When you don't have, every time that you fucking bitch out of your little fucking interviews like Destiny does and you go play your fucking piano in the corner, I understand everyone else can see the fucking little dunce cap materializing on you. I know you're crying inside. I know you're too fucking weak to handle this shit. And if the heat ever got fucking hot enough, you'd be, oh, harassment in real life. People throwing things at me. You don't have the fucking balls to stand up for your beliefs on this shit. You're saying it for a fucking paycheck. And you're saying it because people say nice stuff to you. And you're saying it because it makes you feel like you're getting a little bit of vengeance against everybody that said, oh no, Lonerbox is wrong. But you're a cunt. You're a fucking cunt. You're a little bitch. And you know it, and I know it. And it wouldn't take too much to fucking break you. Not at all. You don't believe in any of this. It's the worst fucking thing. All these Palestinians get fucking wrapped up, getting the shit kicked out of them. There's a genocide happening. I have videotaped it. getting fucking your ass kicked and thrown into the back of a fucking van. You couldn't take that. You can't even take fucking Hassan talking shit about you. On Twitter, my red dots are no longer agreeing with me. I've got to take a bit of a break between my maybe girlfriend having her sex tape released by my fucking meal ticket and my meal ticket being a fucking rapist pedophile the whole time and me being able to generally fucking ignore it while we support genocide. Ugh. People have said mean stuff. Good, dude. All the pain, you deserve it. I'm happy when bad things happen to you. I'm a hater. I'm a hater. It's so good. I like it. When you see these guys that hurt sometimes, I watched back that fucking interview. Somebody said you incepted the image of a dead child into his head in a way that hadn't existed there before. You can see this little moment. You get him. I got him. There it is. I caused you like an actual wound. I hope it festers inside of you. I hope you think about the dead kids that you make money off of, and I hope it fucking kills you from the inside out. I hope your every day is torture. You deserve the pain. You deserve worse. There is no good thing you've done in your past that fucking that absolves you of the moment. I hope it rots in you, and I hope those dead kids scream in your fucking dreams, and that when you die, your last moments are a fucking endless cacophony of dollars falling from the sky like ash around you, and all the screams of the dead Palestinian children thudding against your fucking eardrums as your heart stops. I want that for you. I hope that's how you die, and I hope if there's a hell, that's the hell you go to. Not as a sufferer or some victim of torture, but just as a witness to what you are. I hope that hell is a mirror and a microphone and a permanent feedback loop. You're filth, dude. You're garbage. You deserve pain, and you'll never suffer enough on this earth. There you go. That's hate. All right. I stand by it. I'd take an ass beating over that. I'd take a fucking shot over that shit. I respect these fucking Palestinians. I don't respect guys like Loner Box. I don't respect people that are afraid of reprisal for the things that they say. Not because of the presence of the reprisal, but because of the like fairness of it. Oh, no, I shouldn't have to fucking fight for this. I just want to say it because I feel like, have you not considered blah, 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 blah? No, man. It's not the fucking world. You're making an appeal to emotion. Yeah, man. I feel a way about a thing. Ugh, God, they're so fucking foul. They are the rotten fish scales in the bottom of 1,000 fucking bags of trash. That water, that fetid fucking mold-filled water that poisons everything it touches. Permanent stink. 1,000 carpets walked on and rotted on by 1,000 corpse feet. Filth. Unforgivable filth is what those people are. I fucking hate all of you. I had to get that out. I was feeling it. Noah Samson got me today. I got very upset. By not anything he said, he was just playing clips. Just the longer you listen to him talk about it, like, why are you talking about this? First off, why is fucking Destiny talking about the difference between cover and concealment? Second off, why is it hard? One conceals you, the other covers you. Right? Is it difficult? Cover has the bullets don't go through. Concealment, the visible doesn't go through. That's it. Ugh. Some NASA people actually have wilderness survival experience, specifically the very few of them who are astronauts and have landed in the middle of nowhere. Tremendous. Lunerbox fell off because he stopped making good videos and thought people wanted to see this idiot live. The naivety in me is like, that's cruel to say, but then I remember who we were talking about. One of the most interesting, what do you call those? Contradictions of humanity is finding the humanity in the inhumane. It's part of like the paradox of the tolerant, you know what I mean? But to do even a fraction of the viciousness and violence that other people do to other people, to them, is just so often seen as excessive that you have to be ready to become the villain when you go out to fight villains. You have to permanently leave. I say this in my head. This is like a military thing too. You don't get to come home. This is why you shouldn't do stuff like that, right? Because you don't get to come home. You have to. That's a real sacrifice. You don't ever get to turn it back off. Everybody that like talks about shit like this and they're like, no, I want to have a future. I want to have a day where I retire from being a polemic or a pundit, from having supported this or that act of violence or whatever. You don't get to come home. right? You don't get to really be a hater and then ever stop. You dig 2 graves, I'm fine with it. I'll dig both. You know what I mean? That's the choice that you make, because you really do have to fucking go above board and be a real cunt. You know what I mean? You have to go and like, yeah, all right, I'll take it. I'll take the charge. I'll take the hit. It is what it is. I got to die for this. I'll die for it. You know what I mean? I got to live with this. I'll live with it. That's what you got to be able to do. But for people to see it from the outside, rightfully, you do see the fucking inhumanity of the person that has to be inhumane to the inhumane. And it's one of the like vicious contradictions. And the inhumane know to hide in it. They know to sit there. Well, you're no better than me. That's why I always have to say to these people when I say it, I know I'm not better than you. I'm down in the muck. I like it here. I live for this. This is what I was born into it. I was molded by it. And not even remotely as a joke. This is my area, right? And I could have gone a different way and be all happy boy all the time, creative, ignore it. Hey, over here. But like, I like the conflict because I know other people can't handle it. And I always feel bad when I see somebody that doesn't have it in them try to do it. You know, you see that moment where a flower tries to become a thorn and you're like, it's not for you. You know, this isn't it. You should be a good person. You should do good people shit. You shouldn't seek out conflict and violence of words or of words or physicality either. You know, you should be a decent person and live a decent life, right? And then other people like me, people like that become cops or soldiers or, you know, bad, whatever the fuck bad empanada is, you got to be a piece of shit. And once you do that, you have to go out accepting the fact that, like, you know, some people might like say, you know, you're a hero for this or like, you know, you're justified, but you have to know you're a piece of shit. You're doing it because there's a part of you that's the same as the kind of people that you're fucking scrapping with. And you have to accept that because you can't ever get to a point where you start thinking you're not that, because then you just become it. That's how you get Israel. You get people that are like, okay, yeah, I'll be inhumane to the inhumane. And then you start thinking that you're above the filth that you peddle in, that you, the damage that you do. You think you're too good for it. And then you become the person that justifies being inhumane because you're above it, but you're not. You can never think you are. You have to know that you're nothing more than a worm. You're soil. You're dirt. All right? People are there to walk on you, but you have a purpose otherwise. In my mind. And I think people don't get it. They really don't. They think that you get to say shit like this and then walk away. They think that you get involved in it and then you get to leave. Like, no, dude, you start talking about politics, you start making like big fucking not egregious, but big graphic statements on the world. You start saying really aggressive shit about people. You start talking on things that are like bigger than, you know, entertainment personalities, you know, little bits of squabbling tea bullshit, minor iniquities of the individual. And you start having commentary about politics and who should and shouldn't talk about politics. You're in the territory of why we shoot people. Like why we started shooting people in my fucking country was over the First Amendment right to talk about politics. If you start trying to get involved in that conversation, understand it. The conversation's happening because the first words were gunfire. You know, silence, Euro trash. The guns are speaking. And that's the fucking environment you're heading into. There is no reason to be nice to you. There is no reason to try to elevate the conversation. You're down here in the pig shit with us. You're not you're not Politico. You're not running for office. You're not engaging with the rules that hold other people to account for stuff. You're just another fucking chattering Nancy like the rest of us, like me. So you have to be held to the same rules that I exist in, which are next to none. So there should be, if you walk in here, you can't say like, well, I'm from somewhere else. I just wanted to talk about this for a second. Like, no, man, once the door's open, it doesn't close. You can't go home. You're here now. You're with us. Whoops. I think that things are going to accelerate like crazy against these drama creators. I'm fucking stoked for it. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be legitimately insane for some of them. And it's such a good thing. I think that people need to be terrified again of saying shit. I think that's one of the best things ever. I think that people having freedom of speech with freedom from consequence is probably the biggest issue here. Because everybody that wants like the freedom to say anything that comes to their fucking mind always has nothing to say. It's always just like, I want to fuck kids or I want to kill Jewish people. And that's it.
You know, I just want to say this. I just want to say slurs, and I just want to say that women deserve like to have violence done against them. It's like, okay, well, you can say that already. You've always been able to. You just want to say it and then have nobody fucking like crack back at you, which is not acceptable because you're on this side now. So everything should be able to be said about you. Like, no, I want to maintain like these few rules. Like, well, those aren't real rules because we're not in the world of propriety anymore. You just want to create a situation where you get to do anything that you want without repercussion. I don't want to do that. There is repercussions for me. People get mad at me. People say mean things to me online, share details about me that you shouldn't be sharing. Oh, tisk tisk. But I say, no. First Amendment. If we want to fight, First Amendment, maximal free speech, and I can say anything that I want, right? Including information about you that you don't want to share. I can break your rules. And everyone else should too. They should really go after you. If you're a person that gets to talk in the conversation and you get to enter stuff that we want to talk about, but we're not from your little fucking community or your little fucking hootie hoos, what value is there in following your stupid fucking rules? I said that like 100 times and all these fucking commentary cunts are like, well, we just asked you to. Like, yeah, what do I get from it? What's the social contract? What do I lose and what do I gain? The worst comes to worst was like, you guys made like videos on me and shit, but your videos are ass. Your audiences are filth. I don't respect them. I find them repugnant. If they came to my house, they're like, fuck with me. Like I would do physical violence to them because it's my right as a fucking citizen of Kentucky to fucking stand my ground. You know what I mean? Like, it's a win for me to fuck with you. I don't understand why I should ankle myself to play this game at your level. You guys seem just so like, you guys seem like pussies. And like, I shouldn't let you have conversations like this because you're going to have to prove to me that you should be able to fucking hang here. And I just want more people to be like that. I want people to be legitimately way meaner online. I want the discourse to be fucking vicious. I want people talking shit. I want people letting motherfuckers get away with nothing. I want people pushing other people to come out. Like, I still think that fucking if here's another thing. I am going to say, I know for a fact, because of how weird they are, that for sure, 100%, Loner Box received pornography from Destiny. 100%. There's literally no reason to ever think that it didn't happen. So I think that Loner Box has revenge porn in his DMs. And if Loner Box doesn't leak the entirety of his DMs with Destiny, start to finish, I don't believe that it's not there. Prove it's not. All you have to do is show me all of the entirety of your DMs with Destiny. And if you don't do that, I think that you shared pornography with him. I think that you enjoyed that shit. I think you got off on it. I think that's the case. And I think other people should say that stuff too. Because why engage in any of these fucking stupid fucking conversations on these platforms if the truth doesn't matter and it's all about clout and paying bot farms to like harass like soft-bodied fucking little sweetheart post-collegiate leftists off these platforms? If that's the point, and then your rules for argumentation are basically just like, there's two types of arguments I accept. The one that I already am making and the one that I can defeat. And then everything else doesn't matter. Then why not fucking expand the rules in every other direction as well? Like, why not make it shittier? What is the repercussion? What do I lose? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't have conversations like that. I don't have friends like that. You want to see my DM history with basically fucking anybody, I can share it. Because I don't ask people for personal information. I don't share pornography. I don't talk to people about disgusting things. I don't do that. I'm immune. I'm not that guy. I'm not him. I didn't do that. All the rest of these people, I think they built a career off of being fucking like secret pedophiles, secret rapists, secret sex abusers, secret sex fiends, criminals, creeps. And I think that's why they have to keep all of this shit secret. And there's no reason to think otherwise. Because every time anything tight, like the smallest gap forms, everything that comes out of it is just fucking crime after crime after crime. Would it take us 2 seconds after fucking Destiny got cracked for Lonerbox to say like, I don't really like Destiny's behavior? And then one of Lonerbox's also somehow yet again 19-year-old fans is like, yeah, he gave me the old, I'd do that. I don't do shit like that. I wouldn't. I demand if I ever was sexually inappropriate with anybody, come forward and roast me over it. Tell me, like, especially if somebody was hurting and I didn't know, I would want to know. I would want to make the fucking world better. The rest of these people want to keep it secret because they want to get away with it.
They want to see other people get away with it because they want to get away with it in the future. Understand, the worst thing that happened with Destiny isn't that he got caught and like it was like bad for anybody. It's that he got caught and like not everyone could be on his side because of how bad it was. It wasn't even just that he got caught, because he's gotten caught before a number of times. He just finally got caught with something that was a touch too far, and then they still lied about it. And they still held on to it. They still kept it secret, which is all the shit I got to fucking work on here in a second. So I got to be getting off. I guess I'll be talking about Renpy and video games tomorrow. But like, I think the discourse needs to get sketchier. There's nothing to say about this. Of course the fucking Oscar winner got hit. Every journalist that goes to fuck it, everybody that talks about Palestine gets fucked with. People that are pro-Israel need to be fucked with at a way higher level. At like it needs to be amped up as far as you feel like you can take it. Because why not? What can you lose? Like, all y'all are literally, it's the chains. You know? What is there worth holding on to after a certain point? Like, what is worth maintaining? It seems like there's people that are arguing for degrees of comfort inside of a system that is clearly fucking broken. And I'm not even talking about just capitalism, but also still fucking true. And it's just like, oh, I've got to paint you as the lolcow and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't seem like you're very base. It's like, dude, you guys keep just defending fucking pedophiles, people that don't bathe and have their teeth rotting out of their head, whose friends and editors are Nazis and pedophiles. Like, is it just you don't want to get caught? That's what it feels like. And like, people are like, so what are you saying? Like, all of your enemies are pedophiles? I'm like, all pedophiles are my enemies. And you guys just keep acting like that. I don't know why y'all keep showing up. It's nuts. It's like a bunch of people come into my house with balloons and guns and I start shooting at them. Like, are you just shooting people with balloons? And like, well, why the fuck do you guys all have balloons? Yeah, and I've only done that, but it's the guns I'm focused on. This is crazy. You all are fucking driving me like actually up a fucking wall with just how bad faith you are for just getting your fucking asses kicked. And I don't like it. And that's what I want to spread. There needs to be less permissibility to this comfort. The fact that Vosh did the lolly shit a year ago is bad, obviously. But really, when you think about it, his so-called enemy is Destiny. And this shit came out and he's not all over it. Because why can't he talk about it? Do you understand how it compounds? That's the issue I have. You can't have any of that. You can't even have half of it. Because I know that you're going to sweep for each other. You're covering up for each other. They never even talked about one dipshit. Fucking old Demon Mama and stuff. That just got like swept under the rug on their side. No, don't look at that. Don't worry about it. Because ultimately, it's not about changing anything. They just want to maintain the route to abusing people in their fan base and in their immediate employment circle, or whatever the fuck you want to call it on YouTube. Their influence sphere. They want to expand their sphere of influence, and they want to maintain the ability of saying, I didn't know better, or at least I'm not hypocritical when I do sex crimes against the people that trust me. That's what it is. It's what it always has been. Clearly, the more I look into it, the more disgusted I am by all these mid-level creators that have been around trying to suck the teat. And I don't have any good faith to spread to you either, because I know that you've covered. When you didn't talk about it, you covered. When you didn't hammer on it, when you didn't demand they go, you covered, man. Like, there's one thing that Juice Stalker guy, I can give him credit for, is, you know, at least he's fucking going hard against Destiny now. As sus as maybe his motivations were before. Something like that, you need that. You gotta fucking have these people come out hard, obliterating motherfuckers. There should be no tolerance for certain behaviors. And if there's going to be, then you should just know that everything's permissible. It's all, go for it. Say anything, literally. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how vicious you are. They just have to go. Their hold on the spheres of influence has to be annihilated, decreased, diminished, and then permanently destroyed. They cannot be permitted to rebuild. There should be no person that becomes fiscally immune to sex crimes. Do you understand how fucking crazy that is? That's their argument half the time. Don't accuse somebody of a sex crime. It might destroy their life. They might never be able to have a job again. And then now we just see that they can do it, admit to it. It's on fucking evidence, and then they'll still get away with it, even though they're just raw guilty and admitted it to it. Like, oh yeah, I guess I did that and I fucked up. And then you still just get away with it. You still get to have everything. So no, make it worse. Make it worse for people. Turn up the heat all the way. We need a fever in these spheres. It's time for YouTube to catch a fever, for the internet to catch a fever. You know what I mean? I would rather, like, 7,000 fucking 500 channel Andes making relentless, fill the fucking, all of the voids. Fill them. If you're trying to get 200K views, right, for like this statement, is it better to get 200,000 views on a Noah Samson video, or have 200 1,000 view videos, or 1,200 view videos, however, if that actually works, on the subject? Do you know what I mean? Filling the fucking void. I want that shit. I want people to be relentless and endless with their disgust for these people if they feel it. Like, go start a channel. Start a channel, and then just start literally just every day. The person that you don't like, highlight a thing they said that is incorrect and be like, wow, dumb fuck again. I guarantee you'll build. All you gotta do is put a wiggler in the corner now. That's all these people do. No one's talented. No one's skilled. It's a bunch of fucking, it's a bunch of fucking charlatans and morons with fucking iPhone cameras at best, sitting around talking. Half the time their fucking audio is not good. Literally, just go out there, start a channel, and start fucking with the people you don't like. Just make their life hell. They're public figures. You have every right to say everything that you want about them. Do it. Am I calling for brigading? Not even. I'm calling for a fucking increase in the fucking media sphere of derision and negativity and hatred towards people that deserve derision, negativity, and hatred. That's what I want. That's my gift. I would rather never get a dono again. What happened, Tyler? Your channel is now just as big as all these other thousands of channels that do the same thing. Good. That was the fucking point. Win. Hooray. Yes. What happened, Tyler? It seems like you created a hate campaign against pieces of shit. Did you put some water on it? Nope. It's not mine. It's the people's campaign. They took it because it's theirs. They're it's a them. What are they? I don't know. They're them. It's the people. I guess I'm part of it. I might be one of them. Don't know. It's their thing. They're going off. They're going crazy. It's fucking amazing. What are you, like, God damn it. God damn it. Ugh. I want 4chan grade discourse to come back. I want people just to fucking rip motherfuckers. I want to hear horrible things said. I want people to feel like, yeah, I don't feel like I'm safe sharing my opinion as a this, that, or the other anymore. Like, yes, we can make it bad for everyone. Their side can make it good for just a few people, but we can take that away from them. We can make it bad for everyone. It's a fever. That's what a general strike is. That's what general action is. That's what revolutionary action is. You give society a fever. It's the one thing we can do. Make it shitty for everyone. Make it shitty for everyone. Give the internet a fever. Start making content. Become the bot you want the other bots to be. Buy bot farms and fuck with people. I know that's what fucking Dan Saltman does. It's very obvious that he's bankrolling all these fucking view farms and shit that are boosting these goddamn videos in the algorithm and filling people's goddamn comment sections with bots that say 8 different fucking things. It's hyper fucking obvious that he's doing that, and it's him. He's the one that's creating fucking hate websites that people are using. Dude, go make a fucking hate website for Dan Saltman. You know, if you don't like that guy, go make one for Destiny. Go make fucking clearinghouses for information on people you despise and share the website. Free to use. What is this? This is the library of fuck Xanderhall. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Xanderhall. I got fucking thrown under the bus. But it's the first time I thought. This is the library of fuck Lonerbox. This is the library of fuck Ethan Klein. Fuck the hosting provider. Fuck all that shit. This is my fucking literal like book depository from which I am trying to take a shot at this cocksucking fuck. I'm collect information, store it up, collate it, and don't sound like an absolute psycho when you share it, but share it with everybody. That's what all these other people are doing. You're fucking afraid of them. Goddamn, Kiwi Farm's gonna fucking kill all the trans people by describing them on the internet. Fuck, dude, in reverse. You can do the same thing. Make a little, dude, you don't have to do it all. Just get online. You'd be like, man, I fucking don't like this guy. You know, he said this thing the other week. It was crazy. I couldn't believe he said it. Instead of doing that, just rewind 5 minutes, record it, and share it on your little fucking site. Start collating, collecting, build a repository of fucking immiserating facts about people, and then give them to their enemies so that they can be destroyed. Do these things in memory of me.
If I get destroyed by it, good. I don't give a fuck. Let me die. I want the people armed in the way of the internet. This is the AR-16 of the internet, the fucking burn folder. All right? Dan Saltman made one, and that's the entirety, basically, from what I understand, of almost all of fucking Ethan Klein's things. And that's all that DGG does. That's why Destiny is powerful in his way or whatever, because they just do free research for him. Do free research for everybody in the negative, right? Not just updating somebody's Wikipedia. Make your own decentralized databases of fucking burn folders on Destiny and on fucking Loner Box and on all of these other little fucking little rattling shits that come in between. Go and go. If you can't get Kiwi Farms to make a fucking page on your most hated creator, be the fucking change you want to see in the world and start putting together your paste bin that you share with people today. Go use paste bin. If you haven't heard of paste bin, there's a start. Links, videos, fucking start like putting shit on archive, web archive. You can do this because then you won't have to worry about, oh, I lost it. You know, I heard this thing once. I know I heard him say it. No, you have it. Hey, did you know that he said this horrible fucking thing? Here's 5 minutes of him going on about this group of people or admitting that he did this thing. Now it's not gone. You can't delete that. You fucking saved it. It's yours. It's absolutely fucking yours now. Now you can share it with everybody. It's on your paste bin. Now 15 other people have it. Be as vicious as the worst people and worse. All right? You're fighting. Go win the fight. Take their tools from them and use them to beat their fucking brains into the goddamn earth so that flowers may grow. Otherwise, just you're not going to get anything done. You can't sit here and listen to me or listen to Vosh talk for a million fucking years. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Fucking 10,000 concurrents. You start fucking jerking off about the numbers. I don't give a fuck about one streamer with a bunch of concurrents. I want all of y'all to have the ability to fucking get together and change the fucking world. It's the people. It's the people. It's the people. The people matter. It's the people's fucking revolution. It's going to be the people's fucking paste bin accounts, the people's fucking burn folders, the people's fucking horrible revelation, the people's investigation. The people versus is what I want to see. The people versus. You got to get out there and get this shit going. All y'all. And it's a little bit. If you do it with each other, you don't have to make it a whole thing. What does this guy do? Well, this guy knows how to put together a paste bin. You know, what does that guy do? That guy's just always on Twitter sharing stuff. Okay, well, what does this guy do? He just likes to fucking, I know exactly what I'm talking about, likes to hate watch videos from other people. Okay, well, you do recordings. You send them to this fucking dipshit. He'll fucking organize all this information with these 10 other people that do that same thing. And then this fucking asshole is just sharing it on Twitter all day. There you go. You've just started a fucking harassment campaign that might actually accomplish something. Tyler, do you support doing these things? Yeah, man. I mean, what the fuck do you think the First Amendment's for? It's sternly worded letters? No. It's for fucking talking shit about people until everyone fucking hates them, and then we do something about it. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully just legally get together and do crazy shit. You have the ability, and it's not going to take you that much time. It'll be like you could do these kind of things where you're listening to somebody. You know, go pay attention. Stalk other creators who talk about politics and don't let them try to hide their political fucking disposition from the people that are going to fucking take a shot at him. If you think this creator's a fucking hard right guy and he's only going to say it 1 or 2 times every 3 fucking things and you're a little hate watcher, go watch the guy, get the clip, and go work with your little friends. You're doing that in the background. Be the guy, if you're like, oh, I just like to organize stuff. Well, they send you all the fucking clips. You can go in there. Hey, I took everything from y'all's paste bin and I made a new cleaned up one. Okay, cool. What do? I just fucking share shit. I've seen this guy fucking on Twitter saying all this stuff. He shares stuff and deletes it. All right, well, you're the screenshot guy now. You and 6 other people are the screenshot guys for 10 of these people. Well, you know what I did is I like to go to this one forum and I just kind of like watch these people because I'm fucking bored. Like, that's what I do. I just sit there and I'm on my screen and these people say stupid shit and I laugh at them. All right, well, screenshot it and share it. You figure it out. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what do we do? Yeah, you did research. You researched an issue. And your research is actually a weapon in this case. What happened? Oh, well, we discovered these people are lying about who they are. And now here's the evidence. How do we get it together? Through the combined effort of thousands. Well, what did you do with it? Well, then these fucking ding-dongs that are always on Twitter, or this fucking one guy who just works too fucking much and built a YouTube channel, 3 or 4 of them, we just send it to them. Oh, cool. What about this guy? Well, he's got money, but he doesn't want to do any of this stuff. So what did he do? Well, That guy, we told him about it, and he said he wants to kind of like support us. So he's just been going around to different streamers and giving them $10 to talk about the links at the paste bin. Like, really? Like, yeah. He went to 15 different streamers. He spent $150, and for $150, he actually turned that into something in the ballpark of like 575,000 total views of all this paste bin material. It actually manipulated the algorithm because all of a sudden everybody was talking about the exact same thing. It's crazy. So you guys did a media blitz. You guys did basically like, you guys did a PR firm's work spread out for normally like 4 people, spread out amongst like 200, were a little bit more effective, didn't cost as much money, and didn't exhaust yourself in the meantime. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Once upon a time, some fucking dipshit in Germany said that you can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that during the day. Maybe that's kind of in line with that sort of statement. Who knows? But that's a thing you can do. And it's a good idea. Collect evidence against people you don't like. Don't hide shit. If you find evidence of a crime, report it. But like, if you find evidence of people lying, if you find evidence of people being a piece of shit, yeah, collect that stuff. Put it together. Get their arguments. You know what I mean? All these times you guys have ever been out there. I hear it stuff because I'm not perfect. You did this argument against this guy, but like, dude, if you would have known him like this thing, and this thing, I feel like you could have done better. And that's for me, it's for everybody. You guys could put that shit together and have it ready. Hey, did you know that this person that you're getting ready to talk to actually said all these things? And like, these are the points that they made. And like, these are actually the counterpoints. We were just researching that in the background. So we've actually like we've pre-aimed a gun. All you have to do is get in there and charismatically fire it at somebody. You can set that up. The other side's already doing it. The other side has already been doing that, but they just have paid people. Donate 5 minutes of your time. If you don't want to go out and organize and walk around like all the rest of these healthy people out in the sun, getting all that fucking vitamin D energy, building up their strength, calcium in their bones, you don't want to do that. You got that high perception, low charisma build. Do this. Find a way to discover your enemy, name them, find their underbelly, and then find a way to strike at it. Like, do research. Intel is so fucking valuable. And all the internet is intel. And so many people are just recording shit, you know what I mean, all the time and sharing it. This is a thing people can do. I highly recommend it. It's a great way to strike at your enemies. Build up fucking folders and like issues about them. Talk about them. I think that this guy has a weakness. I think that this guy could be flipped to our side. I think that this guy's just confused. You know what I mean? If you go into these like comment sections, I say it to people, to me all the time, hey, if you want me to change my mind, just tell me the fact that I'm wrong about. Tell me why it's wrong. And like, I'll try to figure out if you're not lying, you find the proof for it. You changed my mind. People have changed my mind and corrected me all the time. There might be other people are out there. People want to sit on their laurels of being smarter than somebody. You could have a preset package of shit. You could have your little like stack of papers and all that stuff ready to go to convince somebody of something. You can do propaganda right now. It always starts small. I say that it's true in the real world when you're talking about small local politicians and stuff that end up becoming governors and presidents and senators and all that stuff. All your little tiny fucking streamers out here that eventually pop off, all y'all that are extremely online, I follow this guy when he's like 500 people. I knew this guy when he's 1,000. Dude, get in their fucking ear. Be trusted. Be a person that provides information. You can do that. All of these communities have it. The only reason that Destiny's good at debates is he has people that put together fucking literal NPC dialogue trees for him to do arguments, which is an old school sales tactic. It's not even new. Do this stuff. Do it at no benefit to me. Share it into communities that fucking hate me and would never want to work with me, because it's an effective way to work. Okay, and then build that together and spread it out. If you can't go outside, do something inside. Do something. Make yourself worthwhile. Low charisma, high perception is a very nice way of saying an autistic NEET, aka me. Hey, everybody's got their part to play for the revolution. You know what I mean? Let's start kicking some ass. I don't know what else to say here. I'm getting too fucking fired up. I was very irritated by that story. I was more irritated by the existence of the story than I was desirous of talking about all the details. I'm happy the guy didn't die, but you get off topic. Be a minion, not derogative. You're not even a minion, you're just a worker. You're only a minion if you do everything for some high control group. You're a minion if you turn socialism into worship of a strong man. Minions are mooks for fascism. If you're a fucking worker and you're doing it for the workers, you're not a minion anymore. You're a fucking co-conspirator. Co-conspirator 1,292. You're a fucking rebel. That's what it is. You're decentralized. Be a decentralized, destabilizing force for the confidence, safety, and spiritual and mental fortitude of people that you don't like.